Everything starts with a chapter called Shizum Doesn't Eat Children. I have two problems. The first one is that it's almost the end of the summer. I still haven't read the books I said I was going to be reading this summer. And the second one is that I spend way too much time of my phone. So we are going to be doing a challenge which is switching my screen time with reading time, so that way I can detox from my phone and also read books. So it's a win-win for everyone, right? What I'm going to be doing is a detox for 5 days because I'm not going to be at my house on the weekend. I'm a bit nervous, not gonna lie. I use my phone for recording, so I have the screenshots here of my phone. On Monday I spent 3 hours 24 minutes on my phone. It's not that bad. On Sunday I spent 7 hours on my phone, but it's bad. I don't remember reading for 3 hours, so we'll see if I'm able to do this. Before I start reading, I need to show you the books I'll be reading during this challenge. So I'm currently reading Guardian number 2. I'm in page 239. I have 80 pages to go, so this is what I'll be trying to read today. The next book is one of my fantasy books that were part of my TBR for the summer, and it's A Darker Shade of Magic. I really like changing the genres because if I just read fantasy for a whole week, I think my brain is going to explode. I've chosen a contemporary fiction which seems pretty easy to read. Is The Goodbye Cat. I don't know anything about this book. It was a gift from a friend. It has drawings of cats and it sounds so cute. And then I also have another danmei book I want to read, which is erha number 5, I think. Yes, number 5. I don't know if 3 books and 80 pages are going to be enough for the 5 days of this challenge. I don't trespass me. I'm sure there are way too many hours to read in these 5 days. So wish me luck. I finished the first book, it's now here. I'm obsessed with these covers. I have a problem, and it's that I love them so much that I really want to display them, but I think this is way too much. But that's a problem for future Laura. I've only read so far 1 hour and 20 minutes, which means I still have over 2 hours to go. The good part is that I haven't been on my phone because I've been reading, which is good, but my brain is fried. Because if you have read this book, you obviously know that the last part of the book is just history about gods and stuff, and there are a lot of names. Yes, it was important for the story, I guess, but I don't care about it. So it was rough. And now I really don't want to read, so I'm going to have lunch and then I'll try to read a bit more before going to work. But if I'm not able to, I'll just read the other 2 hours 14 minutes when I go back. I knew this was going to be hard, but my brain right now is like, I finish a book, why do I have to keep reading? In case you're wondering why I'm sitting in the floor in the middle of my hall, it's because my room right now is an inferno. We are going to do this here and then I'm going to go to my living room to read. So far, it's been a good experience because since I made a lot of time to read in the morning on top of doing everything I had to do in the morning, I went to work really happy with myself, and I think it was because I was reading and came back from work and I was so excited to come and read. I was like, I have 2 hours to read. I could have done this every single day of my holidays and I haven't done it because I was procrastinating instead. If you think about it, it's crazy. I hope this challenge continues to be a source of joy because I still have 2 hours left. I'm so tired, guys. I've been reading for 3 hours and 11 minutes, which means I only have left 30 minutes to read. I think I'm going to leave them for when I'm about to go to sleep, because I love reading in bed before going to sleep. Like that's my reading routine. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly update you in this book. I'm currently in page 135. I'm really enjoying this book. It's really easy to read. I actually think I could read maybe for more than 30 minutes, because right now I'm exhausted, but I'm really enjoying the book, so I feel like maybe I could read for even a bit more. But at the same time, I feel like I should just put that energy into tomorrow, because 3 hours was a lot, and tomorrow I know I have a lot too, because I've done the screenshots and it was bad. This is getting really interesting. I think I'm going to have to buy the second book, because so far I'm loving it. Yesterday I read for 30 minutes and then stopped the timer and read for a bit more, because I was in the middle of a huge cliffhanger, so I couldn't go to sleep until I figured out what was going to happen with them. They're okay now, are they? Anyway, I'm in page 187. I'm going to see how much I have to read. So this is the screenshot for Tuesday last week. I used my phone 3 hours 59 minutes, almost all of it in Instagram, which I'm not proud of. You see, like, this is I have to read for 4 hours today. Yesterday the first 2 hours were okay, but the last hour and a half was a bit rough. I think my perfect time for reading is 2 hours a day, when I'm on vacation and don't have anything to do and I'm not meeting with anybody and I'm not scrolling in my phone, because when I do that I don't have time to read. But I think like 2 hours was okay, but 4 hours thankfully, this book is really good. It's easy to get through, so I'm kind of excited for today. I finished the book. Oh my gosh, I finished the book. I feel so tired right now. My eyes are sore, my brain is sore, but I finished the book. I've been reading for 1 hour and 51 minutes. I only stopped to get a glass of water, so it's been rough. I don't want to lie to you, the first hour was okay, but then I just wanted to do another thing. I really enjoyed the book. Like, this helped a lot for this reading challenge. It's just so easy to read. It has all the time things happening. I really enjoy the characters. I really want to read the second book. There are so many questions left unanswered, but at the same time you do have kind of an ending to it. I don't know why there isn't more people talking about this book, because it's really good. Like, I know it's really popular, but people are not really talking about it anymore. I think there are some books that just need to be talked about even if years have passed, and this is one of them. I think it's also really good because it's the kind of book I think a lot of people could enjoy, because it kind of reads like young adult in the sense that it's really easy to get through, but at the same time it doesn't read like young adult because people can die here. Like, it's quite brutal, so it's kind of a really nice balance between young adult and adult. I've been reading for 3 hours and 23 minutes. I'm kind of in the middle of this book. I'm in page 111. I'm really enjoying this book. It's a collection of short stories that are centered around cats. I've never had a cat before, and I almost cried with the first one. I thought it was really good. Like, this book has made me want to have a cat so badly. My neighbors actually used to have a cat, and sometimes she would come while I was reading. She would just sit next to me. I would pet her, and I loved doing that. So it's like, okay, I didn't have a cat, but for a couple of summers I had the neighbor's cat. Anyway, as much as I'm liking it, I don't want to read it more, because it's a collection of short stories, and the thing is that I read the first one, really enjoyed it, almost cried, read the second one, loved it, and I just didn't want to read the next one because I was still mourning that story. So I'm going to keep reading this tomorrow, which means I have now to pick up a book for 37 minutes, which I'm going to be reading during the night. That's why I'm uploading today, because it's going to get... Boy, un minute. Okay, that was my mom. I need to go have dinner. It's getting dark outside, so I just wanted to let you know that I'll be reading erha number 5. Really excited. Yesterday I read until page 44. Let's see how much I have to read today. Last Wednesday I spent 2 hours and 1 minute in my phone, which is actually really good. Why is it so late? Oh, I wasn't at home. Wednesday, I had to drive to my friend's house and stay the night there. So I was only at home for the morning. And the following day, I went with this group of friends to do a trekking route there. And that's why on Wednesday, I didn't use my phone that much. It's because I wasn't at home. But this means I only have to read for 2 hours, which means that I can do it in the morning because those 2 hours are me in the morning scrolling through YouTube. So I'll try to read everything in the morning and have the afternoon free. Finally. So I think I'm going to read maybe 1 or 2 stories of this book and then I'm going to switch to erha. I've been reading for 2 hours. I think I suffered 2 hours today more than the 4 hours the first day. I was so tired that when I stopped reading, I didn't even want to touch my phone anymore. I was just lying in bed, trying to bring my brain back from the death. I've read 1 story, which I was okay about. Like, I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as the first one, second ones. Those were my favorites so far. This time you're not following a cat, but this is still a story about cats. Since I only have 2 stories left, I think I'm going to read 1 tomorrow and 1 on Friday. So the other thing I did was reading erha. I'm currently on page 152, so in the middle of the book. I didn't really love it so far because you are following kind of a secondary storyline, because the thing with danmei books, where most of danmei books, is that they tend to be really long, which means that the author a lot of the times is not really telling like the main story, but a story about secondary characters. In fact, these 3 on the cover are the secondary characters. All the drama I've read so far in this book is about them and not really Morang and Chuoning, who are the main characters. So I was a bit disappointed about that, but I'm kind of used to it. It's just that when I'm reading about the main characters of the story, I'm so into it. Like, I cannot stop reading. I love how Morang just thinks about Chuoning. I love how the author writes love and shows loves and emotions, and that's when I just want to highlight everything. I hope we get more of the main characters in the second half of the book. So I thought now we could see how much I have to read tomorrow. Technically on Thursday I didn't use my phone at all because I was the whole day outside. I will have 53 minutes. Tomorrow is going to be hopefully an easy day. I didn't do this on purpose, it just kind of happened, but I've been reading for 1 hour 29 minutes. I was supposed to be reading for only 53 minutes. I'm not going to blame. I was reading The Husky and His White Cat, so erha, and it decided to get interesting when I was about to end the 50 minutes. So of course I had to keep reading, and right now I'm in page 210. I still really want to read, so I figured out I was just going to upload you on what what I've done today. First, I read 2 stories of The Goodbye Cat because I thought I only had 2 left, but I actually had 3. Only that one of them is like really short. That's why I read 2 of them. I only have 1 short story left for tomorrow. I was really enjoying this book. I actually wanted to finish it, but then I thought it would be really cool to just let that final story for the final day of the challenge. So then I went to this book. What really makes me angry is the fact that yesterday I had to read for 2 hours and I struggled so much in those 2 hours, and then today, the day I don't have to read that much, that's the day it gets interesting. And the worst part is that now I have to keep reading because I was having such a great time and I want to know what's going to happen. So I might read a bit more after this, but for today it's over. So I thought we can see how much I have to read tomorrow. On Friday I spent 4 hours 8 minutes on my phone, so it's the longest I'm going to have to be reading. It's weird because I'm seeing 4 hours, I'm like, yeah, easy, because today it was easy, but yesterday it was awful. I was only 2 hours. So it depends on the book you're reading and just in the mood you have in general. I finished the last story of this book. I really like it. It was a slice of life book. I actually found it really comforting, which was interesting because I usually don't read this type of books and I thought it was going to get a bit boring, but since there are really short stories, I really enjoy like reading one every single day. So overall, really comforting book. Really recommend you for like cats. So I've been reading for 32 minutes, but I have a problem and it's that yesterday I finished this book. Okay, hear me out. There is a scene in this book that is probably my favorite scene ever. Like, the slow burn is so good. At this point, you're so into the slow burn that if they just hold hands, you're just like, oh my god. Everything starts with a chapter called Shizum Doesn't Eat Children. It keeps going with Shizum pretends to be asleep, and when you get to a chapter called Warning, I literally died reading this book. And this is the reason why this is my currently favorite danmei series, probably my favorite series in general. I've just realized I haven't done a video about this series yet. That's a crime, guys. How could I not? I'm doing that, okay? Not today, but I'm doing soon a video about the husky and his white cat soon because I need to talk about this series. Oh, I'm so Thomas. Anyway, now I have 3 hours 35 minutes left to read today. I think I'm going to be reading Guns of the Door, which is the only book on my summer TBR I haven't read yet. I cannot believe I'm saying this, like, guys, for the first time ever, I might be able to read a TBR. I won't be able to finish this because it's really long. We're talking about 650 pages, but maybe a quarter or a third of the book I'm able to do it. So that's what I'm going to be reading today. Finished reading for today. This means that the challenge is officially over. It was good. I had a really good time. I thought it was going to be actually a lot more difficult, but I had a really good luck because I enjoyed all the books I was reading. The hardest day for me was on Wednesday that I had only 2 hours. It was because I was reading erha, the first part, and I wasn't into it. Still, the second part was amazing, and that was the reason why on Thursday I ended up reading a lot more than I needed to for the challenge. I also think it helped me organize better the day because usually I procrastinate a lot, and this time since I had to go to work and I also had to read sometimes for 4 hours, I kind of organized myself better. So in the morning, instead of just scrolling on my phone because I just didn't want to get up yet, I would get up, have breakfast, start reading, and that helped so much because I was still using my phone. For example, today I watched a blog, yesterday I also watched another YouTube video, but in those cases is because I want to watch them. Whereas when I'm scrolling for 2 hours, it's not because I want to. And that's what was happening to me last week. I really wanted to do another thing. I wasn't able to because I was kind of addicted to it. So yeah, I'm really happy. I want to talk to you about this book because it's in part the reason why I'm so happy. I'm loving this book, guys. Like, I really didn't imagine to love this one as much as I'm doing. I'm in page 289, so more or less half of the book. This is like Pride and Prejudice, but with war. In this book, you're following Emily. She's part of the rich families, but not so rich that she kind of get away with not going to work. So first, her brother and her brother-in-law are the ones going to work. After that, they still need more people, so they ask the woman to also go to work. They only have to go one per family, and Emily is the one to go. She has a lot of morals. I really love that about her. In this case, I don't want to say who's the love interest. I think it's going to be a triangle right now. I'm really hoping we get the first love interest because he's the best one by far. I feel like he is going to be like Darcy, like he is going to have this kind of past and all these secrets of why he did what he did. I'm just going to say she's going to work and he is not going to work, okay? There is two love interests. The one I like, he's not going to work, which is kind of the opposite of what you usually read, because you usually read about the hero going to war and she being like, oh, I'm going to miss you so much. And here you have the opposite. I'm loving every single thing about this. I think I'm loving it as much or even more than A Darker Shade of Magic. So I wanted to do like a quick summary of everything I read. I wanted to put them by my favorites to my least favorite. I want to say I loved or enjoyed every single book. I'm so shocked about it because it's been a really bad reading year for me in terms of how much I was enjoying the books, and the fact that I enjoyed every single book in this reading vlog is still giving me chills. So I don't know where to put this because I still haven't finished it, but right now is up there with A Darker Shade of Magic. This one I don't know where to put it because half of the book was a 3-star for me and the last part was a 6-star, so technically it's a 4.5. I'm going to say it's up there with these two, and then I really enjoyed this one too. This is such a comfort book. And then the last one, which I enjoyed just not as much, was Guardian number 2. As I said before, a lot of names about gods I didn't care. It also has the problem of me not enjoying the author's writing style, which also makes it more difficult for me to enjoy and engage with the book. But I still really like the characters. I still love just the group of the special investigation division that he is part of. Those were all the books I read during this challenge. I'm really happy because I enjoyed doing this so much. I hope you also enjoyed seeing me doing it. I was going to say suffer it, but I don't think I suffered that much. I only suffered like for 2 hours, 3 hours, and that's it. So I'm going to go back to reading my book because I was just having such a great time. So I'm not going to sleep today. I hope you do. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please give a like, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video.